okay, let's come back to this passage. Now, this passage is very important and it's very simple. The suttas are often very simple, but this is the beginning of our journey. So we're going to do a bit of Sutta Puja here. We're going to read this together because it's a very important passage. The Sutta needs to be transmitted to you, and this is the way it is transmitted, by saying it, reflecting on it. Okay, are you ready? Bhikshus, the eye, get it together, huh? The eye is impermanent, changing, becoming otherwise. The ear is impermanent, changing, becoming otherwise. The nose is impermanent, changing, becoming otherwise. The tongue is impermanent, changing, becoming otherwise. The body is impermanent, changing, becoming otherwise. The mind is changing, impermanent, changing, becoming otherwise. So these are the 6 minds. You constantly reflect. Maybe now as you read it, you say, yeah, I know this already. But you've got to wait until something happens. You have to reflect, wow, this is really what it is. Right? Something like that. Huh? That's how I am not traumatized because of my eyes. I say, yeah, this is the way things are. Okay. So we don't get shocked. We deal with it as it comes. Then the Buddha talks about the 2 kinds of people. Faith follower. Bhikshus, one who has faith thus, who firmly believes these truths or is convinced of this truth, is called a faith follower. Faith follower. Saddha Nusari. In other words, we say, yeah, I'm happy, I'll accept it, no problem with it. He is descending into the certainty of rightness. Okay, this is a bit of textual language, Dharma language. Descending. You see, the chapter 25 of the Samyutta Nikaya is called the Okanti Vaka. Okanti is the verb, special verb for boarding a boat. Today we say board a boat or embark on the ship, right? The ship is big, you see, but here's a small little boat. The boat is beside the water, beside the bank. So you stand on the bank, you get down into the boat. So the boat is a little lower level. So Okanti means like that, go down to the boat, right? So that's the meaning, descend. It's very interesting, eh? So you got to picture this ancient scenario. The descending into the boat, Okanti. Okanti Vaka. Vaka means chapter. So here, he is descending, but then the Buddha brings the meaning to a figurative level. He is descending into the certainty of rightness. Whenever you see the word rightness, it refers to the Eightfold Path. Eightfold Path, the right path, what we call right thought and so on. The word right? So rightness, sammatta, okay? S-A-M-M-A-T-T-A. Okay? So in other words, taking the Eightfold Path. Eightfold Path is also called the straight way, okay? Direct way to awakening, not the zigzag way. Yeah? A lot of shortcuts. Shortcut about the chanting and so on, you know. Whereas meditation, direct way, something like that. Right? And then the fixed course to rightness. So if you stay on this course, you are sure to get in that direction. Descending into the plane of true individuals. There is again you have this word true individuals. There are footnotes there. 107. It says true individuals, Sappurisa. This word Sappurisa or true individual can refer to saints or can refer to good people. Whenever you keep the precepts well, you're called Sappurisa also. Good person. Okay? You're keeping the right track. True individual. Like here, you are sitting happily whenever you come here in this place. You have this wonderful opportunity to be kind and good to each other. It's not easy the moment you go out, you drive, you go into a train, you go anywhere, you go shopping, all kinds of people around. Some are crazy, some really test you, right? People cut you. Sometimes we really fail our tests as Buddhists. We see all these people cutting queue, what do we do? And we say, oh, go ahead, we don't know what to do, right? So our own personality might take over. But when you come here, you're reminded again, be strong, be stronger, right? So here you are Sappurisa. You have a chance to truly practice all the teachings that the Buddha has given us. And slowly this becomes very natural. So wherever you go, you become like Asaji. You are a symbol of peace. He has gone beyond the plane of the worldlings. We are normal worldly people. Worldly people are not really people. They are actually subhuman beings in a human body. You don't have to go into other worlds to see pretas and asuras and hell beings. They're out there the moment you leave this place. People, they fight each other, scold each other. You find humans, real humans don't do that. And they beat up each other. Animals do that, violence, right? So when you break the precept, you go down to the subhuman level. So for streamliness, the precepts are very important. The 5 precepts act as the humanizing process. The precepts keep us human. If you break the precepts, you will fall into the subhuman state. We don't want that. So we try our best to keep the precepts. The Buddha purposely put together 5 precepts because these are 5 things we often break. So again, as I mentioned before, we should not think about our failure in keeping the precepts. Instead, we should think of the times that we did keep the precepts, like now. That's called Sila Nusati. There is no such thing as Sila Nusati. So if you start thinking about, oh, I killed a mosquito, I killed so many cockroaches, it doesn't help. Forget about it. Right? No need to ask that kind of question. Killing is killing, full stop. Right? But there are many other good things you have done. Think of the good things you have done. So if you do that, then you are building up your strength as a practitioner. So here it says, you are no more a worldling. A worldling doesn't care about the precepts. But you are a good worldling. If you are not enlightened, you keep precepts, you are called Kalayana Putujana. I think you've heard the term, right? Kalayana Putujana, the good worldling. The other is called the bad worldling, Anda Putujana. Anda means blind. You see, they go and play all this gambling, they lose a lot of money, and then they do not know when to stop it. And they get blind, you see. So we have got to help them, basically. He is incapable of doing any intentional deed by which he might be reborn in hell. Notice the wording. He is incapable of doing any intentional deed. In other words, I don't think anyone here will intentionally break the precepts. If the precepts are broken, somehow the conditions are so bad, you are pushed into it, and you wish you wouldn't do that. I tell you, that's good enough for a lay Buddhist. Because you know this is wrong, you try your best. That is why we want to build ideal condition, so that we don't have to break the precepts. Okay? So, remember Sila Nusati. Remember that time when you do keep the precepts, you feel very happy, and then you feel peaceful, and then you go on from there to calm your mind. Then, or in the animal birth or the ghost realm. So, if you habitually break the precept, yeah, you go into the lower worlds. But none of us here habitually break the precept. We don't enjoy breaking the precepts, basically. And that's good enough. I can almost guarantee all of us here will either be reborn in happy human states in the future, or in the heavenly worlds. From this sutta, I can almost guarantee you. And I'm very convinced myself from reading the suttas, this will be the case. And I'd be surprised when a Buddhist comes to me and say, I'm not sure where I'll be reborn. I mean, what's the point of becoming a Buddhist? You're full of doubts all the time. Remember, doubt is one of the things that prevent you from becoming a straight man. Not to have doubt is to have faith. When you say, I want to be a straight man in this life, don't say, I don't think I can. That's typical defeatist attitude. And everything, I don't know, Then there are problems, right? So, but the question of when do we say, there is a right time to say this? The right time is when you are really happy, when you are truly at peace with yourself. For example, at the end of the study, right? We often do that, right? You offer dana. At the end of it, you feel so good. You go to a beautiful place, you go for pilgrimage to India or some sacred place. You feel so peaceful. You say, oh, this place, the Buddha was born here. By the power of all the good deeds I've done by my faith, the 3 jewels, I've studied suttas, I've done charity. By the power of all these good things, may I attain string winning in this life itself. As you said that. You wonder how Remember this sutta has 25 right now. Right? Come back, read it again. I'm not coming to the best part, coming. So remember, at the right time in your life, when you are truly happy and at peace with yourself, that's the time to make that wish. That wish is like an autopilot, you set a course. Okay, so this is where I want to go, right? If you keep telling yourself, I don't know, you get more animal world, ignorant, isn't it? So you don't want that. So it's just a matter of telling yourself, making that aspiration, simple aspiration. In fact, I would tell you, you've got no other choice, What's the next choice? Next choice is subhuman level already. I mean, of course, you can be reborn in human world next life, but you're born in Afghanistan, or born in some place where you can't study the Dharma. It's very difficult, right? So if you make this aspiration, you will be born in a conducive environment. You will be born in a conducive environment where you can practice, not just meditate practicing Buddhism. The environment is happy, peaceful, prosperous. Okay? This is the line I've been waiting to tell you. I've underlined it for you. This is one thing I like about the transition I'm doing. I can underline what I like. Good Buddhist transition you can't. You cannot be underlining things, because the publisher will say, oh, it's not good, that's ugly. But here, it's very important, I want you to remember this. He is incapable of dying without having attained the fruit of stream winning. Read that again. We are incapable of dying without becoming stream winner first. That's the line that convinced me that if I try hard enough, I can be stream winner. This is what the Buddha is inviting us. So, what the Buddha is saying, you can become a stream winner in this life if you constantly practice the perception of impermanence. What we have learned today is called Anicca Sanya, perception of impermanence. A very simple meditation for anyone, any posture you can do this. So, how does it work? When you constantly reflect on impermanence, for example, whatever I have, wonderful things, impermanent also. Bad things come to me, also impermanent. Right? People I love, also impermanent. Therefore, I should be more aware of them, value them more. Right? So, it's not negative at all, it's just telling us the truth, reality. So how we should respond to all this changing world. So, when we regularly do that, we are habitually reminding ourselves of true reality, not virtual reality, true reality, that things are impermanent. So if you habitually think like that, you're not likely to break the precepts, because you feel it's not worth it. You'll be happy when you don't break the precepts, right? And when you're happy, you continue to do good. And so